Welcome back. And now in this video we'll be hacking instead Mirai, which was inspired by a botnet that was running around, scurrying around the internet about 10 years ago or so. This will be fun. The foothold is very easy. Now, from L, are you listening in? Wanna see a magic trick? Abracadabra. Right, now we also have keys on screen. Flag Adrian the Emperor. Cool. It only works if you're not within a virtual machine. Yeah, it only works in here. In my host, doesn't work in the virtual machine for some reason. Great. Bugs everywhere. Okay, at least I tried. Okay, I tried doing that. Okay, let's move on to hack Mirai. Let's stop this goddamn mess of a machine. Play machine. Stop it. You have to stop a machine before you can do another one. Now, if you're not connected to the ActiveBox network, you'll have to click here, download the OVPN file that you'll find in your downloads folder or wherever you downloaded it to, and then type in sudo open VPN and then the name of your OVPN file so that you'll be in the same VPN network as HackTheBox's. You know, you'll see this thing, tunnel, 10. They start with 10 usually. Now you go to machines, 9 people watching. What the hell is happening here? Hey, I'm getting famous. I'm famous. 9 people watching at the same time. Are we joking? So, we look for Mirai. Click on it. Start it. Spawn the machine. Open a terminal. Let's become root so that we don't have to type sudo every 3 seconds. Let's define a variable in bash. I think 80% of a penetration test is waiting for things to complete. Thank God. There you go. Ctrl-Shift-V. Okay, now nmap scan. O, operating system. SV, service version. SC, scripts. T5, timing template of 5, which is very fast. ON, save the results to file to Mirai _nmap.txt. That's it. Now I repeat, -A will actually execute -O, -SV, -SC, and --traceroute. But traceroute is basically the basic networking tool that tells you how many gateways the connection goes through before it reaches destination. But we really don't care about that because we know where we are. We don't need to know how many other gateways are in there. And so we have 3 open ports. It's SSH, which is open. If we get a password for one of the users, it'll be fine because we will be able to have a very stable shell. 53 is DNS mask. It's DNS. It's always DNS. And on port 80, we have a HTTP web server. The operating system is Linux. As it'll happen very often on many machines on HackTheBox, the attack surface for the foothold, that is the very first point of entry that we have, will be just a web server, just like we did for other HackTheBox machines, and just like we'll be doing forever on the channel. Now this has scanned just the top 1,000 ports, but if we try to be a little bit more thorough with, I don't know, -p and scan all of the ports, it'll find other ones. That's why you have to do this all of the time. Now we know that what the operating system is. SC doesn't matter. Retransmission cap hit. We're hitting it too hard with T5. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, but I hate waiting. I really hate it. But if we're lucky, it'll work. If not, we'll have to launch it again with a lower timing template. As the Nmap scan goes on, you can look on LinkedIn. You can reply to all of the HR people proposing you jobs that you're not interested in, like I'm doing now. All companies on LinkedIn are the leading company in the industry. Now, if every company is the leading company in the industry, then no company is now, is it? Nmap scans. Don't we love them? We love them so much, especially when they take 20 minutes. It finally finished. So we have other ports, like a Plex media server, which might be interesting on port 32,400, which I think it's the default port for Plex, 32,400. Third, 32,400. This is just a Plex server where you can host movies and series. I might try to get in with Plex. Username or password is incorrect. The first thing that you have to do is search on Google. What are the Plex default credentials? And you'll have to read the documentation for the software. And yeah, you'll have to keep researching to try all different username password combinations like admin, Plex, admin. Repeated attempts may temporarily disable the login, so this is not the correct way to go about it. But first thing that you could do too is search exploit and look for Plex exploits. Multiple vulnerabilities, but we have another one, which is, much easier. If we go to port 80, which is the default port that the HTTP server will redirect you to, nothing happens. Why? Control U, there's nothing, but there's a server. We might try our hand with some little bit of debusting. Now, if you have other links from a homepage, web tools like the Burp Suite will actually spider the entire application. But when it comes to folders or files that are hidden, you will have to fuzz the directories and the folders with tools that are called debusting tools. Like Debuster, this is one of the easiest to use. Absolutely. So the IP is 10.139.1390. Now we have to provide a word list, which you can find in user share word lists. You'll find different word lists. Now, the one that's suggested on Hack the Box machines is the directory list 2.3 lowercase medium. Yeah, brute force the directories. Don't be recursive or it'll take forever. And then we click on start. It's trying out 100 requests per second. Try doing that manually. And now we wait again. And if you wait for it to finish, it'll find admin eventually, which is what we're interested in. And we'll find the PI whole admin console. Now, we could have gotten here also by just typing in curl, just the headers for the IP address, and it'll have returned XPI PI hole. Which says it's a network-wide ad blocking. It acts like a DNS server for private networks to block ads. It's been developed to be installed on a Raspberry Pi, but it can be installed on any Linux distro, even on routers. Now we have a dashboard with queries, a login page, password. Now, just like we did for the Plex server, we just look for Raspberry Pi default credentials. The username is Pi and the default password after new installation of RaspBIOS is Raspberry. So it should be Raspberry. Raspberry. Oh, but it's wrong. And it says, after installing PI hole for the first time, a password is generated and displayed to the user. But you can use this other command to set a new password. Now, PI and Raspberry don't work here, but what about SSH, which was open if you remember? There it is. It found it. It also found versions. Oh, what's this? Oh, nothing important. So we can get back to well, we can stop this. It will not find anything else of use. We can connect via SSH to PI here. Yes. Raspberry. And boom. We got in via SSH. The flag, as always, it's in... It should be here, but it's not. It's probably on the desktop. Yeah. There it is. Now, the first thing that you have to do is sudo-l to see if there's anything that you can do. And we're also root. It's done, but there's an issue with this machine because the root flag should be here, but oops, I lost my original root.txt. I think I might have a backup on my USB stick. So the plot thickens. So we'll have to do a little bit of forensics here. So we found the foothold, and we've also been able to perform privilege escalation on the same machine very easily. We've seen how easy it is to access an SSH service using the default credentials once you've done the banner grabbing for the service. So, I mean, after you've identified that the service was running on a Raspberry Pi, supposedly Raspberry Pi device. Historically, with more and more devices, IoT, it became possible to create botnets based on fridges, toasters, lamps, and smart vibrators. Penetration testing. These would have been resold on the dark web or black hat forums and used as proxies to perform DDoS attacks, distributed denial of service. How to find the root flag? In a moment, we'll also talk about the difference between forward and reverse proxy. So let's do some forensics to find the damn root flag. LSBLK, what devices are mounted? There you go. There's the USB stick. It's 10 megabytes. So there's media USB stick mounted on dev SDB. Let's see. Damn it. Sorry man, I accidentally deleted your files off the USB stick. Great. Do you know if there is any way to get them back? James. It says that he removed them and wants to recover them. There's also a lost plus found folder, but it doesn't contain anything. Yeah. Now let's exclude the binary contents, and let's only obtain strings out of it to see if there's something. There it is. There's your root. It's still in memory. The inode was removed, if you know a little bit about file systems, but it was still in memory. So there you go. There's the root flag. But we'll not stop there. There are many tools to recover deleted files. I mean, to recover the inodes linked to the deleted files that are still floating in the file system before being rewritten when you write new files to the device, to the partition, to the file system partition. Let's be precise. So one of these is foremost. Let's hope we can install stuff from here. Okay, we can. Oh god, connections are blocked. I don't want to deal with firewalls because maybe they're blocked by Hack-the-Box and we will just waste time. So let's just clone it and then save it on our Kali machine. Oh god, DCFLDD. Input file, output file, right? Home, PI, Mirai, USB. Okay. Now. Home, PI, Mirai, USB. It's not a directory, of course. That's a file. There you go. Mirai, USB. So open a new one, a new pane with Ctrl-Shift-T, and then let's copy with SCP, PI, Home, PI, Mirai, USB to this folder. Yes, Raspberry. There you go. There it is. Do I have test disk installed? Oh yeah, I have. Ctrl-C. ESC. I tried Foremost, didn't work. I tried PhotoRec, didn't work. ext undelete, which are all programs to recover files on Linux. ext undelete used to work. Last time I did it, worked. So sudo apt install ext undelete. All right, so sudo ext undelete Mirai USB, restore all the 3 guardians. 1 recoverable inodes found. Let's take a look at recovered files. There's root there. There you go. We recovered the file. Finally. That's how you recover files that have been accidentally deleted in Linux. ext undelete is very useful. You can also iterate the inode associated to the file manually with ext undelete Mirai USB inode 1. These are the contents of inode 1, inode 2. There you go. Root.txt was deleted. So it's inode 2. Anyway, restore all. We recover all the files that appear here as deleted. So now you know how to resurrect removed files too. You can insert a USB pen drive in Kali Linux and see if you can recover files that you just deleted and see what's being deleted by prodding the inodes. So I'll also touch a little bit about forensics, IT forensics in this video. So congratulations, you're now a forensics analyst. You're not gonna find this kind of stuff in write-ups now, do you? Will you find this? No, you won't. You'll only find them here on Prime Radiant Security Global. Inodes store metadata for all of the files on the device. So when a file is removed, it's not really removed, but it's the link between the data and inodes that is destroyed. But data still remain on the device until they're not overwritten by new files. On Windows, the NTFS file system instead has a master file table called MFT with file IDs that are similar to the inode numbers in Linux. The Mirai botnet was used in the DDoS attack of 2016 against the website Krebs on Security, as well as against a French hosting service called OVH. Considering that the Mirai malware was installed on an army of IoT devices, it made lots of websites inaccessible. Websites like GitHub, Twitter, Reddit, Netflix, Airbnb, but not only these ones. This forced a university, the Rutgers University, to raise their fees in the year of 2016. So that's quite a lot of damage. How to protect yourself against DDoS attacks. Cloudflare is the sector leader, basically, except for a couple of hiccups that it's had recently. And it acts like a reverse proxy to identify if the traffic sources are legitimate or not. A normal proxy stands in front of a client. A reverse proxy stands in front of a server instead. The difference is subtle, but it's a server anyway. It's an intermediary server that acts like some sort of a guard anytime an HTTP request is made. In the case of Cloudflare, you try visiting a website, Cloudflare steps up, does its checks, and then redirects you to the correct destination. A normal proxy just protects the client, the reverse proxy protects the server. That's it. Actually, reverse proxies can also deal with load balancing of legitimate requests. It's actually called load balancing. And that's it. That's everything for this video. Thanks for watching. The penetration testing gauntlet continues with ICA1 for the vulnerable machine on Twitch. So thanks again for watching and see you next time.